It's 3 o'clock and I call this August 5th board meeting to order and ask that you please stand and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Seeing no additions or deletions to the agenda, the recommendation, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board approve.
Motion to approve the agenda is presented.
Make that motion.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I just have one item this evening. Mr. Jerry White will give us the last construction update of the summer.
Good afternoon.
That's
We'll start out with Center Hill. I'm sorry, we're gonna start out with Chickasaw. We had a drainage problem there that we solved, and also we're doing some roofing at the school. So you can see at the bottom of it, your screen is where we dropped in the outlets to catch water that's coming basically out the hill from the elementary school. I think we'll solve this issue, water standing in the road there where kids are loading and unloading on the buses. So I think that's a done deal. And also you can see they're doing really well on the roof. They've got all the blackboard insulation in that the roof attached to. And the unit on the left there, you can see it's already started being roofed there. So this project's moving really well. I look for this to be done probably somewhere around Thanksgiving. This is Olive Branch Intermediate on their playground. We, as you know, we ran into some problems here with a pipe that we had to get moved, and the city got that moved for us. And we moved on and got it done. Inlets has been dropped, and as you can see, the siding has been done, and it's ready for children to play on. So we're ready to go there. At Center Hill Elementary, also the playground, we had some drainage issues there. All the drainage has been put in there. You can see at the top left-hand corner up there, they're finishing up where they hooked it into the drain system there. Playground is accessible and usable today. So Olive Branch Elementary School, this is the cafeteria where we demoed the floor out there and retiled that for them. Also, on their blue hall, this was a carpeted hallway. We took the carpet out and retiled this hallway for them, which is something that really needed to be done. Hope Sullivan Elementary School. At this school, we took and retiled 8 classrooms, a library, and I think 2 offices out there. This has been going on an ongoing project for a few years, and I think next year we'll finish it up. I think we just like 8 classrooms out of totally done in this building. And this is one of the classrooms shown there. And of course, this is the hallway. At Lake Warren High School, we refinished their gym floor. I think we showed you a picture of this last time. It's turned out really well. We're all proud of how that turned out. Warren Lake High School, we overlaid their parking lot. This is one that went down to the 12th hour. We were sweating bullets on this one there. Their milling machine, of course, when you come in to redo a parking lot, you regrind what's there and overlay it at that point in time. You check for soft spots and fill those in, and then start your paving on top of that. And of course, it went down to the 12th hour. But thank goodness it's done. So they still got a little cleanup to do out there, but Horn Lake Intermediate School, we're doing a re-roof here. They're just really getting started good on this one. You can see the blackboard and installations that you put on the unit that's closest to you, and they're beginning to move the regular roof unit up on top of it, so they will get started on that. This project it'll probably rock on probably to somewhere right after the first year. South Haven Middle School, we had a couple projects going on over here. We retiled 8 of their classrooms, and a hallway. This is the hallway that we did for them. And as you know, we're putting in a bathroom for them in the 6th grade hall. We got held up because we couldn't get the door frame in. The door frame did come in this week. It'll be put in this weekend, and we can crank back up and move forward with this project. DeSoto Central Elementary, we had 3 different projects going on at this school: lighting, re-roof, and HVAC replacement. All the HVACs has been replaced on this building. As you can see, the roofing is well underway here, and I'll look for them somewhere around Thanksgiving to the first of the year. Done with this. It's moving quite well. And on the lighting part of it, you just wouldn't believe when you walk on the inside of the building, the difference that it has made in the looks of this building. It has brightened it up so much. This is a picture of the cafeteria there. You can tell there. And with it being LED lighting, of course, it will pay for itself over time. Not only looks a lot better, it's more conducive to learning, but again, it pays for itself. DeSoto Central Primary, we've had problems with this project ever since it started from the word go. So it's not ready, and it probably, I'm thinking my best estimate right now is going to be completed be sometime around the 4th of October. Louisville High School, this is another one that we had problems with. We'd like to never have gotten steel in the roof. Finally came in, and they have been really moving since it came in. They have got the roof on, it's got the HVAC set. And as you can tell on this picture here, they're well underway on the brick. So I'm saying somewhere I'm saying maybe by the mid-September, we should be hopefully in both sides of the field. Pleasant Hill Elementary School, this is completely done. This is 4 classroom addition. They got done fairly early. We have had a couple of hiccups out there. We worked through them. As you can see, the teachers got the room ready, and they're teaching it as we speak. Hernando High School, 10 classroom addition, gym floor refinish. We did for them out there. This is 10 classrooms here. This project went well. We wish all of them could go like this. This one was done well early, and as you can see, it's set up, and they're teaching it today. This is a gym floor, and also it turned out really, really nice. Louisville Middle School. We're so glad it got done on time. Really. This is a picture of where the football field is going to go here. Bottom screen. You see kind of on your top right side, that's the practice football field up there, and it's already been sodded irrigation on it, so they can practice. Show you a few pictures of the inside of the building, which turned out really nice.
It's beautiful. I like those round tables too.
But I really like the 5-year furniture there. It turned out. That's my presentation for today, and I've enjoyed keeping you guys up to date all summer and with our ups and downs, and I think overall basically we turned out pretty good. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White. Thanks, sir. Great job. Thank you, please, Mr. Richards.
Yes, ma'am, we have one contract matter and some documents associated with that matter that need to be discussed in executive session.
Before you, we have July 1st, July 22nd, and July 30th minutes. We want to have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The consent agenda, items A to FF. FFF. FF's more level. your recommendations, sir, on the consent agenda.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business, Mr. Williams. Tax levy order FY 2021-2022.
Yes, ma'am. The board has adopted its budget for fiscal year 21-22 pursuant to statute. We're not required to develop a corresponding tax levy order, which is detailed in your packet. We're requesting that the board approve the 21-22 tax levy order so that it may be presented to the DeSoto County Board of Supervisors. And as a side note, I'll say the district is not requesting a millage increase for 21-22 fiscal year.
Your recommendations.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the tax levy order for 21-22.
Do I have a motion to approve the tax levy order presented?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Document.
Yes, and bids were open on July the 29th for the purchase of document cameras for the district. 2 vendors submitted bids, and it's my recommendation to accept the lowest and best bid from AXI Education Solutions.
Your recommendations, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the bids for document camera closed bid for AXI Education.
Motion to approve.
To make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Interactive panel bids.
Yes, ma'am. The bids were open on the 29th for the purchase of interactive flat panels for the district. 3 vendors submitted bids. It's my recommendation to accept the lowest and best bid from AXI Education Solutions.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the lowest and best bid for interactive panels from AXI Education Solutions.
To approve this bid.
So moved.
Have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Request to receive bid results for network power adapters.
Yes, ma'am. We opened bids on the 19th of July for netbook power adapters. The wrong specs were used when presented during the bidding process. And we're therefore asking the board to rescind the previous approval of the bid results.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve rescinding the bid results for the network power adapters.
Have a motion to rescind these bids.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? Anybody have any questions?
Ask.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That's our certification bank reconciliation June 2020 district minutes.
Yes, ma'am. All bank account balances have been reconciled, with no exception.
Yeah.
Your recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the certification of bank reconciliations for June 2020.
Motion to approve the bank reconciliation.
I'll make it. Motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Board policy IAC, virtual learning days. This is a new proposed policy. This policy is outlines the requirements of virtual learning days in the event of unforeseen or emergency closures. This is recommended by state board policy and required by state board policies 9.3 and 56.2. We are asking that you waive the 2 readings of this policy as outlined in DCS Board Policy BD and adopt it as written as it is in the best interest of the district at this time.
It's a new, this
Yes,
is
on
a
the
new
waive.
policy.
We're asking to waive.
You can waive your policy. Keep in mind, board policies are for convenience of the board to run for me. And if you want to waive that policy, at any point in time, you can do that, so you can waive that policy.
And then vote on the new
Yep. And you're only waiving it for purposes of,
for this time,
it's not.
the recommendations.
Madam President, I recommend the board at this time to waive the policy.
Do I have a motion to waive the policy just for this time?
Okay.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, the recommendation for the new policy.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the new board policy IAC, virtual learning days.
I have a motion to approve the new policy on virtual learning. Have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Board policy AFC, authority for emergency closure.
Yes, ma'am. Per the requirement of State Board Policy 9.3, this policy is being revised to state that for any weather-related or other unforeseen emergency school closure, the district will provide sufficient notice to staff and students if the days missed will be considered virtual learning days. State Board Policy 9.3 defines sufficient notice as being before the end of the prior school day.
The recommendations.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the revised board policy AFC, with authority for emergency closure.
Do I have a motion for this revised board policy AFC?
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Revised board policy EBBC, emergency closing.
Yes, ma'am. Again, this revision is required by State Board Policy 9.3. We're asking to revise the policy to state that the district will provide sufficient notice to staff and students if emergency virtual learning day is warranted.
The recommendations.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the revised board policy EBBD for emergency closure.
Have a motion for this revised board policy EBBC, emergency closings.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Personnel, Mr. Alexander. Thank you, Ms. Nelson.
Personnel package, pages 1 through 12 are recommendations, 13 through 19 personnel changes. Page 20 is a memo for myself and superintendent's goal for the 21-22 school year. Page 21 through 28, the superintendent's evaluation instrument. Page 29 is a memo from the samples, executive director of academic support and school improvement on the reclassification of the 230-day digital learning specialist position to turn it into a 205 data customer support position. And this position will be a 205-day position to be paid with a data support scale. Pages 30 through 32 is the job description for the data customer support clerk position. Page 33 is a memo from Mr. Chase, our Chief Operations Officer, on approval for a new data clerk position for the operations department. This will be a 205-day position and also be paid on the data support scale. Page 34 through 36 is the recommendation, is the job description for that. 37 is a request for additional pay for the SCIS Fed Director on teachers who will work the homebound services this begin August 5th and ending 5/31/22 with that pay. Page 38 is a list of those teachers working the homebound. So page 39 is a request on employees who will work these homebound services at $4 per hour beginning 8/5/21 and ending 5/31/22 rated. Page 40 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Carol Ingram, Director of Federal Programs on teachers who will work as an after-school tutorial services for special students needing extra support. This will begin 8/9/21 and end 6/30/22 at 19, no more than 19 hours per week. Page 41 through 42 is a list of those teachers working the tutoring. Page 43 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Tawana Williams, Director of Mental Health, on employees that are above high school counselors who work up to 100 hours at their hourly rate of pay. This work is considered outside their normal contract. This will begin on 8/6/21 and end on 6/30/22. And then page 44 is an updated 21-22 assistant principal supplements for those two schools.
Madam President, I recommend the board approve personnel as presented.
Motion to approve personnel that's been presented.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Presidency appeals, Mr. Culver.
Yes, ma'am. I have some items to be discussed in executive session.
This being the first meeting of the month, we have a public comment. You may come and comment. You have 5 minutes to comment, but you may not comment on your student's teacher, or any of our personnel in the grade, anything that has to do with our employees. Is there anyone who has something that they would like to comment on? Seeing no one, we have 3 requests to be heard, and they all will be held in executive session because they concern facilities transportation. Need a motion to consider going into executive session. Request to be heard, residency appeals, contract matters related to the issue.
Make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will come, Mr. Chase will come back and inform you if we're going to stay in executive session. Our recess meeting will be Thursday, August 19th at 10 a.m.